our next session, I would like to invite Prakash Bhai, who is a coach and a trainer. He has been in Dubai for the last 22 years and has been in Gyan for 20 years. And for the last 1 year, he's now based in India. There is a place called GGRC, the Gujarat Global Retreat Center, which is an hour away from Ahmedabad. That is where he's. And his specialty is that he holds leadership workshops. So the topic that he's going to be facilitating a workshop is awakening different states of the mind. So Prakash Bhai. Everyone has their notebooks and pens? Okay.
Om Shanti. And good morning, everyone. Or is it good afternoon? Just about, right. Okay. Very nice to be here amongst all of you. So did you enjoy your silence in the outing, in the walk? And you enjoyed the session here about understanding the value of having an elevated smriti, yes? Okay, so it's very important for us to process it, whatever we have learned. Today in the Murli, Baba spoke about the workshop. You remember what Baba said in the workshop? What did Baba say about the workshop?
We will take it to the work as well.
Who remembers the workshop? Baba says we do a lot of workshops, but? Yeah, but work mein nahi late hain, right? So we've got workshops, but we're not bringing it into work, into action. We are not practicing or practically doing that. So we've taken a lot of points in very nice session. So can we spend the first 10 minutes trying to see whatever we learned in this previous session, how do we bring that to work? How do I practice it? How do I apply it? And how do I retain and sustain it? Can we do that? Very important. Otherwise you could hear things for half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours, 10 hours, very stuff. But if you don't bring it into action, we lose it. So for us to be able to do this, we have to get into threes. So you have to have triads, right? So can you find groups of threes? So somebody who's next to you is okay, but I want you to get into groups of threes. So everyone should have themselves in threes. Please look for your partners and see if you can get 3 people together. It should not take you more than half a minute to do that. Please, quickly. 3 people? Yeah, you can turn your chairs, you can have triangles. I want you to see, sit in a way where you can see each other. You should be able to see each other properly, yes. Yeah, so you can just change your posture a little bit. Like need to see each other. 3 of you. We're in threes. Okay. Anybody who is not having a partner, you can let me know, please. We'll find you a partner. Anybody doesn't have a partner? Everybody has partners? Okay, fantastic. Lovely. Now the first one, each of you take 1 minute to speak, right? We have to give everyone a chance to speak. So all 3 will speak 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. So we're going to have 3 minutes. And you're only going to speak about one thing. What has been your experience over the last 1.5 years? From the whole session to the silence, the walk, whatever you did. We want to hear your experience of those last 1.5 hours. Anubhav only. Not what you learned, but an experience. What did you feel? We're trying to see what was that which touched your heart, not your head. Is that okay? What was my experience? So please, each of you speak for 1 minute, and then 3 minutes, we'll have you back, all right? So please let everyone speak. Go ahead. What was your experience from the session? Sorry, so you don't mind if I hear, no?
So I'm saying that I'm enjoying the group.
Enjoying. Okay, good. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, from the back, stay as you are. I have two more questions. I have two more questions for your group. So stay with your groups. But can I hear from the back, what has been some experiences, a few words? What experiences have you had, or what's your experience? I heard inner power somewhere. Any other words? What was your experience? Unique. So you felt unique yourself. I felt I'm very unique. Very nice.
We have experienced a decrease of thoughts.
Various degrees of thoughts.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Reality is proportional to the square of expectation.
Okay, but what was your experience? What did you feel when you heard that?
I heard that sometimes we feel that it's a reality.
Uh-huh.
But it is our reality. It's not
Correct.
reality. It's
ठीक
our
है.
perception looking at that particular thing.
Okay. So what did that make you feel? When you realized that, what it made you feel?
I realize that sometimes we so
Okay. Okay. So it makes you realize that I could also be wrong sometimes. Fantastic. Fantastic. So you kind of feel empathetic for others. Okay, let's hear the feelings. High energy, okay, or high energy. Peace, okay, those are good feelings we're thinking about. I feel like I'm the master, I'm in charge, I feel in control.
Aggressive to assertiveness to care
Beautiful. So there's a shift. You have a shift. I feel a small change and shift inside me. Never blame to others. So you're feeling more responsible. Because now if you're not blaming others means you're taking responsibility. When we are not responsible, then we are blaming other people. That's a very good sign of responsible. So many times we think we are responsible because we're looking after things, but responsible is truly not blaming others for what's happening inside me. Okay, good. Okay, last, one more. Let us more peace. Okay, fantastic. Okay, good. So that's the feeling. And we're talking about the mind over here. The small boy who has something to say, please. You're feeling better, you're a pure soul. Wow, give him a good hand. Very sweet. Thank you. Very nice. Okay, good. So continue the conversation, but here we're looking at the learning. Some of you have probably been speaking about the learning before, which is okay. Learning is usually what stimulates the intellect, buddhi, right? And your experience is what stimulates the man or the heart, as we might say. So now you're going into the intellect and seeing what stimulated your intellect that you liked, which point was very nice, and the learning or the lessons that you really took from the whole session. Is that okay? So can you talk about now, in about 2 minutes, so each of you speak a little faster, what has been my learning or my take away from here? Go ahead, please. Share with your team members, 3 of you. 2 minutes, what was my learning, my lesson? You already spoke about learning. Oh, you were in Ahmedabad.
No. Simran Mehbooban, Chennai. She's my daughter. She came right with me. Always she's come with me. Must have seen her in Chennai. Yeah, she was little then. She was this, now she's this.
Fantastic. So happy to see you. All right, thank you. Some lessons. We've learned some lessons, some points. You want to share something that you learned? Yeah.
I'll also like to share my experience first. The experience that from the session I got was, okay, we know we are a soul and everything, peaceful and loveful and all. But now with the actual implementation, I'm like, phew, there's a long way to go. That is one. And the learning that I'm taking back, what was that? Yeah, the shift that, okay, I'm unique, but the actual thought that the fact of accepting the other person as they are, okay, they are different and I'm different too, and it's okay to be different. That's the one. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Anybody had something different to share? Yeah. We take just one more after you.
Yeah. So my personal experience is that if suppose, actually I don't like the people who do not follow rules. I get disturbed because of them. So it's better not to wish that they will change for us. Instead, we just let them do what they are doing. It's better so that we do not get disturbed by these things. Yeah.
What did you learn? लर्निंग काय
What was your learning? काय शिकला?
तू आता जे बोलता ते
My father and mother course is over. फिर मैं
हिंदी में बोलो. You can talk in Hindi.
मेरे
मराठीत बोल.
आराम से बोलो, आराम से.
मेरे माँ और पिता का कोर्स हो गया. फिर मेरा था तो मुझे कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा था. फिर थोड़े दिन बाद मेरा मुझको समझ में आ गया था.
Thank you. Okay, it's so nice to have, this khile hue fool. Baba wants us to be like that, no? Always smiling and cheerful, always set. Oh, one more. We have a mic there at the back. Okay, good. No, we got it. Well done. I am unique, I am master. You got 2 lessons. Yeah, that's the core. Okay, fantastic. Last question, and this is about the sanskar now. So we're speaking about mind, the intellect, and now this is a very important part, the sanskar. How will you sustain what you've taken from here? Because the moment we go outside, we wear our chappals, then? Yeah, like soda water, right? Baba says. So we don't want that to happen. So if you've learned something very nice and special today, you've realized I'm unique, I'm the master. If you know the importance of your smriti for you to have the best of, the world, which is Shrishti, what are you going to do to sustain? We spoke about points, very nice, but this is where we have to make the workshop work. Okay? So take time now to share with your partners, how can I sustain this at work every day? What can I do to make it a part of my swaroop? Okay, that's what I have to become, an embodiment of this knowledge. Shakti, Baba says, Gyan, good. We have full of it. Power is missing. So what can you do to actually have that power so that you can use it when you need to use it? All right? So take some time and share that. Just take 3 minutes and think through and commit yourself to some nice actions. Mike. Okay, so you're the mic man. All right, thank you. Thank you. Sustaining. How are you going to make the workshop work? We'll hear from three of them. Let's hear from the sister first.
Om Shanti. So, first thing is that whatever we learned today, same thing I knew it from Murli.
Okay.
So I thought like I'll draw a chart and paste it in my room.
Very nice.
That same diagram, so that every day in the morning I'll see first like, okay, this thing will impact. This is going to create my life.
Very nice.
Then the first thing will be like, okay, what would be my Swaman after that? Because that always I used to forget this thing like, okay, Smriti, Vritti, Drishti, Kriti, Srishti, I forget. Because some older Murli will see like, okay, somewhere Baba had said, but if daily I'll see it, then I'll make a Swaman for that day. And that my problem, I just, figure out like work and spiritual life balance I wanted.
Okay.
So how I can do it. So the takeaway I took is that as a master, I can create my own life.
Right.
So my capacity depends upon Smriti. So that is my sustenance. Like I'll see that picture, I'll keep a Soman, and I'll go on.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very nice. Give her a good hand. Very beautiful. Yeah, so keeping something in front of your eyes is a good reminder for you, and it keeps you in that track, on path, right? So that's very nice.
The point I'll try and inculcate is, from Dwapar, we have been into different consciousnesses. First, it was shift from soul to body consciousness. Then, at times, position consciousness, child consciousness, spouse consciousness, all of that. Now, the only shift is we have to elevate our consciousness till Baba's consciousness. The thoughts that Baba thinks, the way he conveys it through Brahma Baba and Dadi, the frequency of those thoughts, if we could elevate our thoughts to Baba's level, and that is consistently, we are consciously creating thoughts as Baba does.
Okay.
So then, whatever follows, thought, word, action, whatever we do, then we would become natural karma yogi.
Right.
Then we won't say ki I am going for meditation. It will be a position wherein we are consciously meditating, we are working or we are acting in a meditative mindset.
Right, right. So what is the way you'll sustain that knowledge? It's a good point that you mentioned, but what is the sustenance?
So just like Sister mentioned, we could inculcate habits starting with Baba says, Ratri ko chart likho. So it is like one-time reflection in the entire day. We could increase that frequency. Baba ने एक मुरली में कहा है पिछले सेकंड जो कर्म किया है उसको भी रिफ्लेक्ट करो. And to another level he says, सोच कर सोचो. So think before you think.
Yeah.
So the frequency of reflection increases. Frequency should increase over time. And when you start doing that, the space, the mind space that you will be in, that would be similar to Baba.
True. So are there some things you want to do? You want to start keeping a chart and reflect?
Yeah.
Is it something you want to start doing from now on?
No, I have been doing it, but the point is to decrease the frequency to
So you will
level.
increase it now?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, good. Fantastic. Thank you. Okay, beautiful. Well done. Let's give him a good hand. Very nice. One last one there. Okay, good.
So my solution is very simple.
Take the mic. It's come to you now. Thank you.
We listen to a lot of good talks, good conversations, good books we read. And as you very rightly said, the moment we wear our slippers, we forget about everything. So the only methodology is become a cow. जुगाली करना शुरू कर दो. Pick up one point only. In the entire session, pick up one point. उसको जुगाली करो, चबाते रहो, churn करो. You will master it. Next time, pick up another point and keep on churning it. Now we only listen and then forget about it. Ideal thing is, जो भी pick up करना है, churning करो उसको, अभ्यास. That's the only solution. Bhagavad Gita has very clearly stated always. Abhyas, Yoga, Prayatna se. These are the only solutions. So you have to keep on churning it. गाय पूरा पूरा खाना वापस लाके churn करती रहती है उसको. We have to do that. मनन कहें, चिंतन कहें, churning कहें. We have to do one of the.
So this is also what you're sharing is a good point you're making, that you have to share it, you have to churn it.
Yeah, repeat
But my
it.
question to you is, what will you do practically to sustain it? What are you going to do?
I already shared it with Bala sir. That I'll keep on rewriting so that I am churning it many a times.
Very
I
nice.
tend to forget.
That's
so
beautiful.
I have to rewrite.
You see, there's a big shift in what you said 2 minutes back, which is almost similar to what you just now said.
Yeah.
Did you notice that difference?
Yes.
Earlier was a nice, let's say, sermon that you have to do this, you have to do this, we have to do this.
We'll set it aside.
Now you're saying, I will now start doing this. Thank you.
God bless
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, beautiful. So claim this for yourself and commit, I will do this, or I'm going to do this from now on. Unless you really claim it for yourself, then you're still just in that space of knowledge and speaking about things. And we want to convert it to an action that I will take. That's why I asked you, so what will you do? So that's a nice point. Okay, thank you. So beautiful. We got some nice vision, and we have some ways of sustaining that. One of the things that I thought I'll just add to what Balabhai has already spoken here is to this particular space of Smriti. Why has Baba come? What is he doing? What is his main job? Patit Pavan, he's come to purify. And what does purification really mean? Shifting of awareness. And what does that mean? Shifting of awareness? From Manushya to Devta. Okay, very nice. Also? Kaun the, kaun hai. So there's one word Baba speaks about. Ek hi shabd, Baba says, is what we have to change. And in that, you have all power, you have all mastery, you have everything that you want to actually get in that one single word. Baba हमेशा बोलता है ना कि वो एक शब्द है जिसको हमें change करना है. वो कौन सा शब्द है? मैं. Okay. And the whole thing about Smriti is we had the wrong Smriti about I. Everything was to do with body consciousness. Everything had to do with world consciousness. Everything had to do with log kya kahenge, right? Agar maine ye kiya, wo kya kahenge. How am I going to be seen in front of the world? And I am an IT professional. I am the manager. I am the director. I am so many years of old. I am male. I am female. So that was the realm at which our whole consciousness of I was. मैं. So the first thing Baba is saying now, Allah ko pyari kya hai? Kurbani. कौन सी कुर्बानी? वो लोग वो मैं को कुर्बान कर रहे हैं नहीं, लेकिन कौन सी कुर्बानी? ये मैं जो I, which I've always been speaking of. Thank you. This is the I that I want to shift, to change. And if this is one thing I can master, and Baba has made us a master to shift this, and he's given us some very beautiful swamans to change this me, and that's the power of these swamans. So when you speak of me, and if I have a wrong consciousness, if I have me and I have body consciousness, what is the good sign that I am having the wrong me? How do you know that I have this wrong me? What is the sign of it? From today's Murli. How do you know that you have ego? Because ego is wrong consciousness, you're right. Ego is wrong consciousness. If I'm having the wrong consciousness, if I'm having that materialistic I, wrong consciousness, ego. The real I, it's proper consciousness, it's self-esteem, it's Swaman. But how do you know, what is the sign that I have the wrong I? I will lose happiness, I'll be stressful. You know, one single word that Baba used today, upset, right? Upset. The moment you are upset, you know that you are in the wrong consciousness of I. That's the simplest barometer for you to know, acha, this is, something's wrong here. Getting upset. Upset means, what is the meaning of upset? What are the ways of being upset? Someone said, losing happiness, not at peace, losing stability, irritation, rutna, anxiety, stress, mood off. Baba mentioned that today, mood off. Depression is another way, yes. Feeling low, feeling down, feeling lonely, feeling irritated, feeling frustrated. Others are not doing this. Why is this? You know? Or sometimes, what else? Crying, yes. Baba said sometimes you don't have tears, but still inside you are crying. Crying, Dadi Janki says a lot of beautiful things which start with C. All these starting with C. Dadi Janki mentions those very nicely. What are those? Very nice. The first one is comparison. What else? Complaining. Competition. And criticizing. Very nice. These are the 4 C's, the Dadi says, that will always lead you from the wrong consciousness. So body consciousness makes you compare. Body consciousness is making you criticize others. But if you start from this, I am unique space and you are unique space, that's soul consciousness, that's the right consciousness, then where's the comparison? You know, where is the criticism? All that, you know, starts going down. So Dadi says these are things you should leave out. And when you leave all these 4 C's, what is left? There's another beautiful C left. What is that? These are the negatives. There's a positive C here. Compassion. Okay, good. Compassion. It reaches to a very, very high state. One of the highest states that you must reach as a BK. Contentment. Well said. Contentment. Santusht money. Yeah, that's the money which is the most precious jewel. The world has so many jewels, but the most precious jewel is the jewel of contentment, santusht mani. So, if I'm in the right consciousness of I, then I'm not getting upset. Wrong consciousness of I get upset. Okay, so let's look at the word set. What would you like to experience? What are the feelings you like to be in, which is the opposite of upset? So when you say set, what does that mean? Peace, happy, powerful, blissful, very nice, pure, and stable, confident, loveful, knowledgeful. Oh, he's giving us all the qualities of the soul. Well done. Yes? So we want to be stable. We don't want to be shaking. So let's look at what Baba does is he actually gives us a lot of titles every single day with a lot of swamans, which will actually help us to get back into the space. Agree? So can we write these and let me see if we can think about what is that one swaman I can give myself which will make me back happy. So start with happiness. Write those words, please. Let's write, what is the meaning of being set? Being set means to be happy. Okay, so let's say we write these words down. And keep some space on the right because you're going to write a few things. So left column, you write, on the top you can say being set, being set. And it's the state of your mind, right? State of your mind. Wrong state of mind, you're upset. Proper state of mind, you are set. So first let's try and understand what is the meaning of set and what should I really be experiencing. So first we're saying happiness. And we're looking at the states that we all like to be. We go back to the work, we want to be happy, constantly happy. Anytime happy, every time happy. So happiness, but constantly happy. Baba asks, khush ho? Ji Baba. Haath uthao, jo bhi samajh se khush hai. Then Baba asks, sada khush ho? Then wo haath fir upar nahi jayega, nahi? Are you constantly happy? So that's something we have to try. And that's the whole thing about consciousness that we have to try. Okay, happiness. What else? Peace. This is a state of being calm, composed, collected, peace, serene, all of that. We'll say just one word, peace. What else? Powerful, right? So this is peaceful. Now, powerful is about being in control, choosing how you should think, how you should, your smriti, your vritti, your drishti, you're making a choice, and therefore you have that power. So, and also feeling confident, feeling that I can do it, right? How many times have we not taken up opportunities? Many opportunities have come in front of us. Either in the center, Didi has given us an opportunity to do some seva, to go and do a course, to bhai itne log aa rahe, you'll have to guide them. So many opportunities we have, but because of not being powerful, we have not taken up those opportunities. Has that happened? No, not to this group of BKs. Never. You'll say, हमारे पास opportunity आता ही नहीं है. Do you think that way? No, there's always opportunity. Baba says there's huge opportunities. And so I think being powerful will help us. There's opportunity to serve, right? Opportunity, like Baba says, ulana denge. So which means that we are always having an opportunity. I'm meeting strangers, I'm meeting neighbors, I'm meeting so many people. Itne opportunities hai, just to share a little bit, to at least spark a conversation. And Baba also said yesterday, ki bhai, feel the pulse, right? Don't waste this knowledge, it's very precious. You can't give it to everyone, right? So that also is important. So we have to be able to see how we balance that. But at the same time, we at least need to be able to spark off that interest in them and see if there's an opportunity every moment of giving it to somebody or the other. So being powerful is that confidence of being able to see that, yes, what I have is precious. Truthful, that's also being powerful, right? Being truthful also is very powerful. Courage. So powerful is about being courageous, being truthful, being honest, being confident. Okay, what else? Positive, right, okay. Actually, all of these will be a state of positivity, but we'll write positive here. Being stable also, powerful is being stable, not shaking. And I think all of these really will make you feel. Anything else you like to feel when you're at work, when you're at home? Pure, okay. Purity, what is purity? How do you expand this? Transparency. You know, Baba says that Swarg, nice definition of Swarg Baba gave a few Murlis back. He spoke of Sampatti. Yahan pe bhi Sampatti hai, there's wealth over here. Of course, that's in abundance. Baba said Sampatti minus Vikar is Swarg. All the wealth you have without vices is paradise, is heaven. So if we can create such a beautiful place where we have all the wealth, but there are no vices, then we are actually in a place which is heaven. And that's purity, right? Purity is removing all these vices that we have inside. And as we purify those things, we are able to, free ourselves from those vices at a bigger level. I think at a, more, I think when you look at purity is looking at yourself in an unfiltered way, looking at others in unfiltered ways, not judging people. Purity is letting people be, allowing them to have what they are having. How many times have we criticized people because they are not BKs? How many times have we criticized people because they are still in bhakti? Because they're doing things which they don't understand, and we understand, we have the knowledge. So I think our purity will help us to see that it's a journey. We were also there one day, they're also there, and we have good wishes for them. The moment those good wishes are lost. We've lost purity. Shubh bhavna, shubh kamna. Are we having it for people around us? And I think when I lose these two, then my purity is lost. So I think it's so important for us to reclaim that shubh bhavna and shubh kamna with the simple aspect of uniqueness. So I'm unique, you're also unique. What I think I'm doing is perfectly okay, you're doing what is perfectly fine. And so that space of purity is there. And so we've got to see how we can live with that space. So now, you got all these written down? Okay, can you think about a swaman which will instantly make you feel powerful? I'm a powerful soul. मैं शक्ति स्वरूप आत्मा हूँ. मैं मास्टर सर्व शक्तिवान हूँ. मैं कंबाइंड स्वरूप हूँ. स्वराज्य अधिकारी. Now, मैं आत्मा शक्तिशाली हूँ. Very nice. मैं मास्टर भगवान हूँ. फरिश्ता स्वरूप. Now there are some which will be useful more for purity. For example, purity is about being light, about being easy. And I think Farishta Swarup will be good here. मैं double light Farishta हूँ. That's a nice one here because you're light here, but you're also a body of light and you're an angel. So, homework for you. Homework means right now with your partner. Okay, with 3 of you, can you try and fill all of these up with 1 or 2 swaman that works for you? आपके लिए जो काम करता है, swaman जो बाबा की शब्द है, बाबा के शब्द जो है, which you like a lot, which have been resonating a lot, and you think, wow, this applies for peace. इसको बोलते ही, I can feel so peaceful. Now, I'll tell you how it has to be spoken after some time, but at least write your swaman point. What is that where I've heard from Baba? So all swaman is spiritual. Swaman will never take you into ego, impossible. Because swaman is not in comparison with somebody else. मैं डबल लाइट फरिश्ता हूँ, आप सिंगल लाइट हो. That's not what you're doing, right? आप भी हो, हम भी हैं. That's what it is all about, uniqueness. And so I am a double light angel is Swaman. Why? Because it's respectful for you, but also respecting others. You're not disrespecting anybody with the Swaman. And it's really uplifting and it's truthful. It's a statement spoken by who's given us this? It's God Himself who's given us this particular, that's why it's the highest mantras that we actually get from Baba every single day. If Baba has given it to me, even if I have not yet felt it or realized it, it is the truth. I cannot question it. It is the truth. And if you're able to accept that, then it'll work for you. Till such time that you don't accept your swamans, whatever Baba has given, you will never be able to experience that. So very important to know who's given it to you, so that, okay, if you don't have that experience immediately or you feel this is too large for me, but no, it's God's gift. God has given it to me, and it's a Mahavakya, Paramatma ka hai, and it is a very important part of me. So please try and write one, work with your teams, and see if, and you don't have to get the same for each of you. Just share one for happiness, one for peace, one for power, one for purity, one for becoming very positive, and see if you can write some very nice statements. Mahavakyas we want from Babas. Any of the titles also, right? So just try and see if you can do that. To share what, since you've probably already done happiness, I heard happiness was God is my companion. And there's one thing that Baba says, I am the richest in the world. That makes me very happy. And then recently Baba says that you are Ishwarya Santan. Even Satyug, 1 degree low. Imagine that Swaman, right? कि मैं Sangam Yugi Farishta hai, Brahman, whatever. Baba is taking me to such height of happiness and bliss. He says, even in Satyug, it's 1 degree less than where you are right now. Such a beautiful Swaman. And imagine if you keep that in your heart, how happy you'll feel. So think of some of those titles that Baba's given and fill it up there. नहीं हो थोड़ा खून उधर आएगा कुछ ठंडा रखो. Remember the swamans that have to do with the deities, right? Baba's given us all those Puja Swarup. Remember there's Puja Swarup? हाँ, तो उसमें Baba speaking of Ganesh. कौन गणेश है? विघ्न विनाशक कौन है? That's a very beautiful swam. मैं विघ्न विनाशक Ganesh. I am the obstacle destroyer Ganesh. हनुमान कौन है? महावीर है. मेरे दिल में कौन? वही है. If you just एक ही राम. So remember all these, yeah? Who's the Shakti? Who's the Shitla Devi? All those swamans Baba's given us, which will fit in very nicely with some of these things. So please write those. Whatever works for you. That's why I'm not telling you what it is, but these are some things that will definitely, whatever works for you is good for you to write. I got. Thank you. Okay, did everybody get something? You got your, everything is done? Everyone has a swaman for each of these states? Okay? Okay, now this is what I want you to do. Sit back, all of you sit back, keep the swaman, only keep the swaman in front of you. Very important that these swamans you have to accept, very important, accept it without any questions. This is God's vardhan for me and I'm taking it. And also visualize it, see it. You must see yourself with that. So if Baba says that you're double light, then uska matlab kya? You should understand the meaning of double light. What does that mean? And then you have to really see how I can see myself as that person. Okay, so now look at those. Take the first one, read it to yourself. Read it to yourself. Understand what it means. First of all, understand the meaning of it. So take 1 minute. Uska matlab kya hai? What is the meaning of that first swaman? And go deep into the meaning of it. Go deep into the meaning of it. What does Baba really mean by that? Why did Baba say that? What's the context? Now, once you understand what it means, now you have to start creating a picture of it. Can you create that picture in your mind and see yourself like that? So if you're thinking of yourself as a companion of God, you're actually standing with Baba and his rays are with you, you're holding them, you're arm in arm with him. Whatever image you want to give, but you have to give yourself a nice picture of that Swaman. And now create that feeling that comes with that Swaman. What is that feeling? That feeling will obviously be happiness if you're thinking about a happy feeling. But then create that feeling now. As you see that picture, as you understand its meaning, have that feeling. Okay, now take the second Swaman. Do the same thing. Understand what's the meaning of that Swaman. Go deep into the meaning of it. What does that really, really mean? Now, what do I look like with that Swaman? Create that picture, the image. And now, what's the feeling that comes with that? Take your third Swaman. What is the meaning of this? Go deep into that meaning. What does that really mean? Create a picture of it. What does that look like? And now experience that feeling that comes with that picture. And experience the whole body from the top till the down. Every part of your body is experiencing that particular Swaman. Okay, thank you. How does that feel? Attaching a picture is good, no? It works. Meaning also is important. Very important. So you accept it first, very important. If you rejected it, then nothing will happen to you. First accept it. This is God's versions. It is 100% true. Then you start understanding the meaning. Create that picture. Visualize yourself like that. Then you will have the best experience. So we've done it for 3, but do that more. And this is something you can constantly keep doing. Then it'll get ingrained in our sanskar. Okay? Is that okay? Can we move forward? Okay, another thing very important for us to stay set in the real I, in that real smriti, so that I'm not upset, so I'm in the consciousness of myself as who I am. We forget many times, right? We forget. They will ask me, what's the topic you're going to talk about? I said, I forgot. The name of the topic is I forgot. He says, wow, such a beautiful topic that you forgot, right? Because we are all trying to forget the me, right? We're trying to forget the me. But we should not forget the other side of what is the truth. Because the whole thing is about, the Jagdish Bhai said this very nicely. Pura gyan, pura khel, do shabdon mein. Smriti, vismriti. Take a minute. So smriti and vismriti. So there's another, so we should not forget about ourselves in the terms of real self. If I forget myself, I go vismriti, कि मैं कौन हूँ, then I think there's a lot of problem that happens. So Baba has given us a very nice way of, another way of helping ourselves to have the right smriti today in the Murli, which will help us to stay set. What was that? Not and dot, that's a good one. Some smriti in terms of a consciousness that's shifting, where he spoke about the swing, we go in a swing and we are doing a lot of those things and we still enjoy ourselves. What is that? He says, take it as a game. Another very important way. So one is the smriti of yourself with all these titles. Please keep that, experience that every day. The other one is, give the right and the real meaning of this world. Shrishti, right? What is this world about? It's a game. If you look at it as a game, who are you? You're a player. I'm a player. Wow, we are players. And if you're players, very nice. We are here to enjoy, to have fun, and that's what we love to play, right? When I was a child, and I still like to do that now, but I remember I used to skate, roller skating, and when it rains, you cannot skate. So I would really not want it to rain because I wanted to skate, and I would like to, when I start skating, I'll skate for 5 hours, 6 hours, come and eat bhojan, there's nothing. I said, no, I'm skating, that's it. So you like to, khel is something which is beautiful, and we love to play. And so in this game, as long as you know in a game, I'm a player, you look at everybody else, you're all playing, and it's perfectly fine. If there's a goal, I want to go to the goal, there are many people who will come in between me, obstacles will come, I got to tackle and move forward. But if you're playing a game, if there is no competition, there is no players who are stopping you, you simply go and shoot the goal, you don't enjoy the game. The more people you're able to dribble with, you feel happy. You say, wow, that's worthwhile the goal. So look at it as a game, a very nice consciousness to have. What are the other consciousness that you can actually use? One is game. What else? And these are very important ones. Baba's mentioned many of those. Drama. Well said. Very important. This is a drama. And so who am I? It's very important. So this is, if it's a game, you're a player. And if there are more different players and I'm able to overcome them, fantastic. If it's a drama, I'm an actor. Wow. Very important consciousness. And I think on a day 1's course, Baba's mentioned that you're an actor on the stage. You're playing your part. Everybody else is playing their part. So don't go and catch his collar and say, hey, how can you say this? Hey, mera part hai. Your part is different. My part is different. Why are you getting so angry with me? Why are you upset? Upset. I'm an actor. You're an actor. Fantastic. You're playing your role. You play it to your best. I play my role at the best of I can. What else? Drama, actor. Anything else? One very important thing there's a very interesting one which is called, if you are a traveler, where are you right now? This is a what? It's a retreat center. We are in transit. We are in transit. So we are all travelers. So that's a very interesting way. But what is the world if you're a traveler? Yatri. So yatri, so this is a what? The truest phrase, we are travelers, we are on a journey. Oh, so this is a journey, okay. So if this is a journey, life is a journey, then I'm a traveler. That's a very nice one as well. And this one will bring a very important consciousness here. And I think this is one of the most important consciousness we should always remember. Guest consciousness. The moment we forget that I'm here for a short time, I'm the traveler, I'm in transit, I'm a guest. I think lots of things we start having problems with because I think I'm here forever. And everything else around me is forever. And so I'm holding on to things, I'm hoarding, I'm accumulating, I'm trying to keep things in this particular space. And so that's the wrong consciousness. You shift it. The moment you believe that I'm here to stay, that you've gone back to that Vismriti. And trustee, that's a beautiful one. Yes, you're a trustee. That's a very nice consciousness. Trustee, and there's another one called instrument. Have you heard of that? We're going to get a beautiful experience of these instruments now. So imagine this instrument of David Bhai starts feeling proud of itself. Oh, what a beautiful, instrument I am. See what a beautiful music I have played. Well, you'll say, well, give the musical instrument to Prakash and now you talk. You give it to David, it's the best instrument in the world. You give it to Prakash, what are you doing with this useless thing? The instrument's value has gone. down completely. So I'm the instrument. Everything that is actually there with me, this knowledge, the way I'm speaking, doing whatever I am, it's Baba who's getting it done through me. Karan Karavan Har, I am the instrument. That consciousness will make you sit. But if you forget the instrument and if you think, I have done this, where are you? You're upset. So I think these are conscious. I think instrument and guest, very, very important. Trustee with everything that you have around you. You don't possess anything, but you're a trustee. What does that mean? You're a guest. When you go to any place, you're a guest. So we have come to Jagadamba Bhavan here. We are guests. Now, as I'm going to go from here, I'm not going to cry, oh, that beautiful room, that thing of mine, I'd not take my... we've got some nice facilities given to us, no? The blanket was given to us, the bed was there, we had a chair. Will I say, hey, I want to take this with me? Will I come and say, this is mine? I stayed there for 2 nights. Will I say it's mine? Why? I'm a guest. So the I is clear now. Because I'm a guest, I know what is mine, what is not mine. The moment I forget I'm a guest, I believe it is mine now and I want to take it with me and I cry if it's gone away, anything goes wrong with it, someone scratches it. If today, in the room where I'm sleeping, if the bed breaks, how much will I cry? Zilch, zero. Nothing. Why? It's not mine. I'm perfectly fine with it, right? I'll be concerned. I'll try not to break it. I'll try to repair it. I'll try to see if I can help. I'll try and go and tell people, is there any way I can help you? But I will not, inside, not have any problem at all. Because I'm a guest. Sevadari, very good. Sevadari contains a lot of those things. Sevadari, I'm here just to serve. Nothing belongs to me. Guest consciousness and this instrument consciousness are very interesting for us to actually free ourselves from a lot of ego attachment. And I think these two things, ego and attachment, are largely responsible for most of our negative emotions. Check your fears, check your whatever stress, anxiety. It's mostly because of attachment and ego. And so ego comes because I have done it. Instrument consciousness, I have not done it. Truly you should feel, ऐसे नहीं कि बाबा ने किया लेकिन मुझे अंदर से always the feelings that I did it. Very clearly you have to surrender that. And guest consciousness, I'm here just for a short while. And so then you're free from attachment. All right, let's take a minute and I'll invite David Bhai to give us a short, nice, beautiful space. Just carry these two consciousnesses, please, and some of your swamans. Who am I? I'm a soul, I'm on a journey, I'm a guest. I'm an instrument. And see if you understand the meaning of guest, understand the meaning of instrument, see and create a picture in your mind of it and feel that way.
Thank you, Prakash Bhai, to take us on that reflection and a deeper experience. Now, in continuation, we have David Bhai, who originally is from Paramdam. Wrong answer. Yes, so yeah, he actually comes from Australia, and he is in Gyan for the last 39 years, of which he has spent 25 years in Gyan Sarovar. And as many of you would know, he is a great artist and also into music, and he's self-taught. He hasn't taken training, so it's all being in silence and emerging. So his speciality or his experiments are using sound to move into silence. So I invite David Bhai to share with us on accepting what is. Thank you.
Thank you, Nikki. Om Shanti. Yeah, so it's interesting how we, for all of us, the different roles we play. And I know for myself, I guess we've had many lives, and we've had many different roles we've played. And it's interesting when someone says to us, so who are you? And usually sort of on a logic sense we'll say, okay, I'll give my name and my job, the country I'm from, and what particular part I'm playing. But if we're playing many different parts, and sometimes Baba says, being an all-rounder, what is an all-rounder? When we say, okay, are you an all-rounder? Or are we an all-rounder? Yeah? Is there some things we like doing and some things we don't like doing? And it's interesting that, because it's like when I'm playing the part, it's like, and this is one thing that's very interesting with, in a sense of, if I can accept that as well, that part. If someone asks me to do some particular service, and sometimes I might think, oh, no, that's not my role, or that's not my cup of tea, yeah. And yet sometimes where we may have to embark on that or do that because maybe there's no one else there to do that, so we step into that role and think, okay, can I accept the challenge of that? And sometimes when we accept that challenge of that, there's almost like there's a magic of something happens where Baba gives that power or that touching or something where somehow we'll find our way through that, or that particular service where we'll find the right people or run into the right people. A situation will come along where that's the right thing we need for that particular job, but the initial thing is actually me accepting that part. Or and another way of looking at it is like, I used to laugh a little bit at this too, because I've taught myself in a sense of artwork and painting just through having interest of doing that. When I first came to Baba, I had experienced myself as light, and when I experienced myself as light, I thought how to capture this image of light on a tangible level, or on paper or on a canvas. And of course we know we can't see Shiv Baba with our eyes because it's immortal. We can have a vision of that, but is that really what Shiv Baba looks like? But for me, I thought, okay, I had experienced this point of light, this 8-pointed star, and I thought how to paint that. So then I was thinking, okay, I wanted to use this spray paint, and the spray paint was airbrush actually, is such where you can render very nicely these colours and like very soft blending and this to create this image of light. But it was initially, I didn't know how to do that, so I just thought it was like interest, and of course you find then the right tools. I remember very interesting out at Manessa, outside of outside of Delhi where Daddy Gulzar stay. I remember doing a painting there, and I said to Daddy, I said, Daddy, is this the colour of Soul World? Which was like a golden red colour. And she looked at it and said, nay, you know. And then I was a little bit confused because I thought, well, okay, Baba said the Soul World is, you know, golden red or golden red light. And I'd painted like what I thought was golden red light, but then Daddy said, no, it's a spiritual colour, you know. So then I thought, that's very interesting, because in art department in Gyansrova we have at least 120 different images of Shiv Baba. Yeah. And still, when people come along and they want a Shiv Baba painting or Shiv Baba picture, they want something different. And then I thought, okay, and then some of the seniors would choose one with, you know, light pink and light blue. Some would like deep red with, you know, just a point. Some would like some rays. Some like this, some like that. So we all see that differently, or have the experience of that differently, which is fine, because at the end of the day it's like we're left with just this point as a focus. And that's the interesting part, because, you know, it's like, what can we use? The same with sound. We use sound to create a space of silence, yeah? And I remember sort of, when I first had the experience with using sound, was like, it was a real feeling how to use sound to create silence, which is like it's an interesting parallel, and it's like using, we say silence is something where there's no sound, but how to use the sound to create silence. So this was like a gift of this, of like a real interest of how to use that to create that. And then I realized at a certain point that, and this is like what Prakash was saying, you know, when we're instrument, we're sort of somehow separate from the thing of I'm doing this. And I used to have this feeling many times getting up on the stage and playing music. I was so nervous and so sort of, you know, and you're sort of very self-conscious and of course body conscious. And then it's almost like it's difficult then to be an instrument. And of course, when it got to a point where there was really that experience of just being the instrument, what happens then? Yeah, Baba can use you then as the instrument. And then it's like you're not in the way, that I'm doing this is not there. It's a real feeling that, okay, Baba's using me, and there's that sort of experience of, not for the self, but for others will experience it, wow, they really felt, you know, of going beyond, not sort of, you know, attracted to the person or the instrument who's doing that. So when we really become that instrument, of course, then we're like a channel, and really that experience of Baba being Karan Karavanha will be there. I remember some years ago when Avyak Bapdada was conducting drill, yeah, in Diamond Hall. There was a series of Murlis where he'd do this drill. And I remember this particular one time was when, you may have remember, when in Japan, when they had that tsunami, the earthquake and tsunami, and the nuclear power station was destroyed and all this, but it was right at that time. But Baba did this drill and the seniors up the front were talking to Baba, which used to happen where they would say, Baba, how much time have we got left? You know, how much time of this Sangam Yug? And of course, what does Baba usually say with that? He says, brings it back to the children. He says, are you ready? You know, and of course, usually there's a lot of silence then. But at this time, when that chit chat was going on, then Baba conducted the drill. And for my experience at that time, I was already having this practice of thinking, okay, if drama is perfect, yeah, in this moment, yeah, if we can accept now that this moment, yeah, is perfect, yeah, we can all accept that, yeah, then each moment, of course, is in that sense perfect, which is, when we say the moment, it means that's a space of, which I used to always think, okay, that's here and now, yeah? If we say here and now, this moment is perfect, and every moment is perfect. But then how to keep that awareness that that's perfect? You know, because many times things come along where something happens and we don't accept that. Yeah? Situations, what people say, what's happening in the drama outside of us, do we accept that fully as it is? Or do we often think that some things should be a different way, or could have been a different way, or if this had happened, that could have happened, and that. So all these types of questions, of course, are a non-acceptance of drama, yeah? Because we don't accept that that's right, yeah? We think it should be another way. I remember Brij Mohanbhai in a class one time in Gyansrove, he said, what's right is right, and what's wrong is right. Yeah. And one of the things also in this class was he said, okay, should we do some meditation? And people put their hand up, yes. Should we go for meditation? And they put their hand. He said, well, what are you doing now? So that sort of, you know, like the mindset of, okay, are we going somewhere to do something, or can we do that now? And of course, the reality is we only ever have now to do that. Each moment we have that chance of doing that. And really, and coming back to this experience when Baba did this drill, my experience was like that, so profound in the present moment, and the feeling also that this present moment is actually eternity, isn't it? Because it's last cycle, last kalpa, the kalpa before. There's only one kalpa, but it's like it's eternal. So it's like if each moment is measured as eternity, then where's the best place to be? In this moment, yeah? Yeah, in this moment now. So, and that feeling at that time, and I was thinking, of course, of that tsunami and that situation which happened in Japan, and like just, I mean, it's like hard to imagine, but you know, what, for those souls, that was their last moment. Many of those souls that were in that situation. And then, so the feeling was like, okay, how can I be as much as possible in this present moment with Baba and not be pulled out of that? So it was like this real sort of feeling of, okay, this is the most important place to be, is in this present moment. And of course, as we know as Brahmins, that's easier said than done, yeah? Because what things pull us outside of the present? Attachments, desires, thinking of something else, thinking of what may happen, what could happen, all these possibilities. If somebody comes to the door here, we can deal with that easily, yeah? Somebody knocks on the door, we can go and say, yes, okay. But if we think someone's coming, then what does that create? They may come or they may not. And I might have a lot of thoughts of, oh, you know, where's that person? They're coming, but you know, they're not here. Where are they? What could have happened? It will create a lot of thoughts of possibilities, and of course, it may be or may not. But then I've used all that energy to think of that. I remember Daddy Kumaka once saying, you know, the biggest maya for Brahmins is imagination. We imagine something's going to happen, or presuming as well. It's the same, like a similar thing, imagination or presuming. If say at any particular moment you're say your stage is not so good, and I look at someone and they have this sort of even seemingly worse stage, and you think, oh gosh, you think of me like this, or they're having this waste thoughts to me, or what did I do wrong? And it might be just when you happen to look at this person, they just happen to have that expression that matches your own stage, and then of course you start thinking, oh, what have I done wrong, or what are they thinking of this? And many times we can go to that person And if we ask them something, they say, no, I wasn't thinking that at all. I had a whole different... So we've created this whole story in our mind of something which actually doesn't exist in reality.
You could also call it assumptions?
Yeah, assumptions, yeah. So, coming back to that, accepting what is, sometimes I think, okay, if I really understand drama is perfect, then can I really accept everything as it is? And of course, all on today's thing of the depth of soul consciousness and all the aspects of soul consciousness also match in with that, because it means accepting everyone as they are, everyone's part as it is, yeah? Not thinking it should be another way, not thinking things should unfold a different way. So it's one of those things I feel with drama that's so deep in that sense that it connects in with all other things as well. When we have more acceptance of the drama as it is, what's happening, and the perfection of that, then of course there's automatically what's going to be our stage. First thing, we're going to be more as the observer, yeah, just observing it. If we watch a movie or this or that or some sort of thing, we don't sort of question the actors. Why are these good actors there? And how come they're the bad actors? Or we just enjoy it, no? We enjoy that, the drama of the good, the goodies, the baddies, the sort of, all the aspects of which make up our life in general. It's that. But then it's coming back to, in a reality, in our day-to-day things, bringing that sort of awareness into that, where I can actually really be like detached observer, just seeing it as they are, seeing souls as they are, playing their parts as they play them, and not sort of... But of course that has to come back to, that's a lot of practice, yeah, to be able to do that, because when we have any slight little threads of attachment or expectation, like this morning, I think Bhai was mentioning, the equal amount, what part we have equal amount of expectation, there's going to be equal amount of disappointment as well. So as parents, as mothers, fathers, and brothers, sisters, and all this, when we have any little something that something's mine, or I'm like this, or I'm in charge, or I'm the boss, then of course we're already setting ourselves up for some form of sorrow, some sort of discontentment. I remember experience for many years, actually went on for many, many years, but as we all know, sometimes when situations happen, or we're in a group of people which maybe we don't get on that well with, let's say, and we think, I'm going to another place. I've had enough of these people. So I go to another place, and then what happens? The same scenario starts to manifest again, that maybe then I don't get on with these people and that, and I think, oh, what is this? I'm sort of... You may have the aim that, yes, I just want to be happy, content, but not with these people, I'm going to go somewhere else. So as we know, and from my experience too, if we have to learn that lesson, we have to learn it, We can't actually run away from that lesson. So, and I remember this experience I had, and of course, it was like, when somebody's really negative towards you, and it's, it's, they're really doing that to upset you or like that, can you still have good wishes? Or can we still have good wishes for that soul? Yeah? Can we do that? If somebody's really negative towards you, can we really have good wishes for them? Yeah? So yeah, that is the answer is right, yes, but it means there's a certain consciousness that has to switch before we can generally, sometimes Baba says hand some flowers, or, shower them with flowers or good wishes, but until till we get to that point where we really understand that that soul's just playing their part and that soul's fortune.
It's a game, if you remember that.
It's a game. But when we're in that effect of when we feel we're a victim of that, then it's very difficult to see it as a game. Yeah, we think, no, it's not a game. This is not a game. It's not fun. You know, games are usually fun, no? Sorry?
Sometimes that becomes a player doing some cheating.
Yeah, like this. Yeah. So, and I used to think, wow, how is that possible? Because already if you're on the back foot, so to speak, and you feel you're a victim of that, or they're doing that purposely. And I remember sometimes, we go to seniors and we complain a little bit to them or tell them, this person's doing this and they're doing that and they're doing this. And, of course, the daddies have all heard this many times before from many of the children, or their brothers and sisters. But, of course, then I remember Diddy saying, well, he's here to stay. He's not going anywhere. We're not shifting anywhere. So, deal with it. And I remember it was really only that point when I really went into that depth of soul consciousness and, okay, the soul's playing its part, its own fortune, and who am I, even if I think I'm in charge, so to speak, that they should do what I say. I used to have people come in and say, aren't you in charge? And I say, well, yeah. Can't you tell him what to do? I said, it's better you ask him, And they say, hey, no, isn't it in Madhaban? You have it in charge, and then, they give the directions and the others follow that. I said, probably yeah in some ways, but in this case, no. And so they were a bit confused, thinking, okay, probably what sort of in charge is that, But it was like, that was the reality of the situation. But of course, then I had to really go into that. And of course, when I got to that point where I really just accepted them as their part, what they were doing it's just what they were doing. And then of course you realize later on there's many underlying things which create that situation as well. And of course, they're all things that are usually hidden, but the reality was that when I accepted it, then it instantly just dissolved. It's like it just changed like that. And then, of course, it wasn't there. And then, of course, I was free. If I needed other help, I just got other help. What's the big deal? Why I think they should do that. So that was and that sort of was for many years. And I was thinking in a Lokic world, like I said earlier, you could say, okay, you're fired. I'm the boss. You can pack up on Friday and you can go. But in Baba's world, no, we're not. We're all volunteers, yeah? So no one can be fired or sacked. We're all here. So we have to manage that, So that was a very profound sort of change of just that depth of, understanding drama and each soul's part, So I think it's like we have many, I think the journey is such, isn't it, that we're always a student, now I'm in India now for I think 25 years, and when I go back to Australia and get another visa, I get a student visa. I've had student visas for the last 20 years. And they say to me, kawa, kyawa, how long is this? Kitna sal study? And then I have to tell them, well, in Rajyoga, our study's for life, no? And they sort of scratch their head a bit, There's normally 5 years, 5-year course, 5-year curriculum or something. So that's always a bit amusing. And then one time I had to write out my day's program to them because I was so confused. What do you do there, So, yeah. So like that too, and like this guest consciousness as well. That's also very special. Now, when we're just a guest, it's like sometimes I used to remember like the There was an old saying with the sadhus and the sannyasis, you know, when they travelled around, they wouldn't stay in any place more than 3 days, you know. Because the first day it's welcoming, you know, garlands and all that. Second day is still good, and then third day you're off to a new place. Yeah. And the same thing again. Same. So, yeah, and instrument consciousness. So I've loved that with the music because, you know, the instruments can just be there and they're still, they're just like they're instruments, but then to play them is another thing, you know, to play the instrument in a good way. And I guess that translates to us too, you know, when we're a good instrument, then it means we're in line with Baba's direction, Baba's Srimat, and following all the things where then Baba uses us as a good instrument for the right task at the right time, you know. So, and I think that's been, you know, that's been wonderful to have that experience as well as being an instrument. And a lot of the times, being a good instrument, like I think even in, I mean, I haven't done management things or anything on that sort of that level, but I'm sure the listening part is very important as a good instrument as well, because when we're able to listen, and especially, you know, when the mind is in a state where we're really the mind is still and in that observer state, then if somebody is speaking to us, we can actually really hear what they're saying. Because many times I feel in the past someone may be saying something, but then if I've got any dialogue going on in my mind, then I don't actually hear them, what they're really saying. And I think we can have this experience many times too, where you might have a group of people talking together and actually no one's heard anyone. They've just all been thinking and speaking their own sort of thing, but to come back to that space where we're really a good listener in that sense. And I transcribe that to music as well, because when I first started doing music, and you know, when the ego's there with music, it's like you want to be heard, no? If you play music, of course you want to be heard, yeah? If you play music in your room, there's one thing, but if you play in front of people, of course, people are going to be listening and listening to that music. But in the sense of when there's the ego in that, of course, and you're playing with others, then each one is trying to outdo the other one. You know, if one plays this, one plays that, and there's the feeling you want to be heard, then it doesn't really become music in the sense of where it's really, and they say in music, less is more, yeah? In music, many times the musicians say, actually, less notes, but in that space of listening and listening to the others and really having that sort of, naturally, we use the word harmony, yeah? Where there's harmony, it means that all the notes and all the players are listening to each other and they're just adding something in at the right time. And I've loved this aspect with the Indian, especially the classical Indian music and the ragas and all this, where there's nothing written out. There's no piece of music to play to. It's all just playing and listening to the other. Some will follow, some will lead, maybe the flute leaves, the tabla follows, the sitar follows, then maybe the sitar leaves, and then the tabla, the flute will follow. So it's all this, and it's all just maybe just with a glance of the eyes, or just to look at the other, and then that one knows it's their time to lead, and the other ones will follow. So it happens in this way, but it's all with very precise listening and being in tune in that aspect. So, and we do the same thing in Baba's world now, as Brahmins. When we're in that state of soul consciousness, present, the mind is still, we're in that space of silence. You think what we need to think about, but coming more back to where the mind is more, you have that control and still in silence, and we do what we do. We have to do our part we play. And of course, then it becomes magical. Then we see how Baba's magic happens, and the synchronicity of things too. So I don't know how much time have we got? Yeah. So thank you. Yeah, it's nice to share something, and tonight we play some music for the evening meditation for the World Meditation Hour. So yeah. So thank you.
Some of them may not be in the evening, so you want to play a little bit for 5 minutes, perhaps? Is that possible?
Yeah.
While giving the Tolian blessings, we can do that. Yeah. That's okay. Thank you, David Bhai. Yeah. So that was interesting. The here and the now. So we always either in the past or the future, and very rarely in the present, and that's what causes the anxiety. So interesting that now is the eternity. So thank you so much for sharing, David Bhai. So as we move towards the close of the retreat, now we would want to invite some of you who would want to come and share your experiences, any feedbacks that you want to share. So just take a moment and raise your hands and we can invite you to share your experiences. Who would want to share? Volunteers?
Would like to have some meditation with music.
We'll have that, yeah. Okay, let me make some announcements. Till then you can maybe phrase your experiences. So after this meeting, after the retreat gets over, we'll go for lunch, and then we'll be coming back and assembling for the meeting for planning service. So that would be around till from 3:15 up to 4 o'clock. So all of you who would like to be a part of it and you have time, we invite you to stay back until 4 o'clock for the short meeting, 45 minutes meeting. And there are a couple of events that are happening. So in Madhuban, in Shantivan, in September, from 2nd September to 5th of September, we have a IT event for the new people. So you are welcome to invite your friends and relatives who are from the IT field, IT background. And we are looking for more people to register for the event. It's for a larger number. It's going to be in Shantivan. So you can invite your friends, colleagues, whoever you want to invite for the IT event in Madhuban, and that's from 2nd to 5th of September. The other program is Chandrika Didi, you would be knowing, is the youth wing coordinator, and she would be coming to Pune next weekend. So we have 2 events happening next weekend in Jagdamba Bhavan. 22nd, we have the Youth for Wellbeing event, which is for new people who are not in Gyan yet. So you're welcome to invite your friends and who would you like to. So they can come and visit here. It's going to be from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock. Like today we had a half-day retreat. Similar to that, we have the event next Saturday. And for the BK youth, now Baba's, we all souls, so doesn't have an age limit, but we have put an age limit of 50. So anybody who's following Gyan since a few months at least, and up to 50 years of age, people can come and attend. Kumar, Kumaris, married couples, anybody. All the BKs can come and take benefit of Chandrika Didi, who will be here on next Sunday, 23rd of July. And the retreat or the event for the BK youth is going to be from 7 a.m. from Murli, followed by breakfast, and then the program will continue up to 2 o'clock. So that's the event happening next weekend. So now, those of you who have thought of what you would like to share, so we have a raise of hands. Who wants to share your feedbacks and experiences?
Yeah, Nikki Ben. One quick announcement. मैं ज़्यादा time नहीं लूँगा. How many of you have a smartphone? You can raise your hand. Okay. Anybody using our old Nokia phone still? Oh. Okay, great. Yeah, fine. So the question why I asked purposely, we all are kind of, all are IT fraternity. So we used to buy a lot of product like from the Amazon or Flipkart. So maybe we used to see कि reviews कितना अच्छा है, लोगों ने क्या use किया है. The same thing, our USP is meditation. as a Brahma Kumaris, what is our main kind of, in business mind, we can say meditation is our product, Rajyoga Meditation. तो आप जब बाहर जाएंगे आफ्टर IT मीटिंग, तो वहाँ पर गूगल माई बिजनेस का रिव्यू का एक QR कोड है. So we want you to scan that and put your genuine review. How do you feel being at Jagdamba Bhavan, and would you like to recommend to others? Why this is important? क्योंकि पुणे में अगर कोई सर्च करता है ना कि मेडिटेशन सेंटर नियर मी, सो इट माइट बी पॉसिबल कि उनको कोई और सेंटर्स भी मिले. सेंटर एज इन आउटसाइड अदर, मे बी अदर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. So we want to give the touching of Baba to them so that they can also come and visit. So it is not about Jagdamba Bhavan. Wherever you are from, हड़पसर से हो चाहे राहटनी से, तो हर एक का मधुबन से गूगल माई बिजनेस का QR कोड या एक है, आप जस्ट सर्च करेंगे गूगल में आपको मिल जाएगा. तो आई रिकमेंड ऑलवेज ट्राई टू गिव योर रिव्यू जहाँ से भी है. तो ना अब यहाँ पे आए हैं तो यू कैन गिव अ रिव्यू ऑफ जगदम्बा भवन. कल राहटनी में जा रहे हो, नेक्स्ट इवेंट भी है प्रकाश बाला भाई का, तो वहाँ पे भी दीजिए. कहाँ पे भी आप wherever you going. So this is what I would like to share. Thank you.
थैंक यू पुनीत भाई, दैट्स वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. हमारे रिव्यूज़ देख करके और लोग आते हैं, सो इतना कंट्रीब्यूशन हम कर सकते हैं. जस्ट टेक अ फ्यू मिनट्स टू पुट इन दी रिव्यूज़. हाँ जी, प्लीज़. हु एल्स वांट्स टू शेयर? वी कैन लाइन अप क्विकली. एवरीबडी इज़ फीलिंग हंग्री नाउ.
Thank you, Didi. Thank you, first of all, organizing team, Om Shanti, and such a wonderful event for all of us. So first of all, I would like to thanks to Bala Bhai. So he have given a lot of takeaways to us, and वो takeaways जो है वो हमने realize किए प्रकाश भाई के माध्यम से. उन्होंने हमें realize करवाया कि ये these are the takeaways and you need to follow these things throughout your life. So thank you, Prakash ji. After that, David ji, we enjoyed a lot the dhun and everything. Actually, I haven't seen such things live. So thank you so much for this. We enjoyed a lot, and it's a very well structured event. And we are aware 3 days, 4 days before events. I guess 2 weeks ago, it's a pre-planned. So very well organized. Thank you so much for organizing team.
Yes. Thank you. Who else would want to share? Please come. Anybody else who wants to share? Nobody from the sisters side? We want more sisters as well. Shiv Shaktis. Please raise your hands and come.
So the event helped, I think all of us, for all of us, the event helped us in a lot of ways. For me personally, it was the reaffirmation in the process that Baba says. जो बाबा कई बार श्रीमत देते हैं, initially it's theory, but समय के साथ, अनुभव के साथ and experience sharing के साथ, you get a feeling कि हाँ, this is the process, why this process is there. So वो reaffirmation आया है process में. Then also belief, बाबा 4 चीज़ों में विश्वास की बात कहते हैं, स्वयं में, बाप में, परिवार में, and then ड्रामा में. तो वो belief strong होता जाता है every meeting के साथ, every practice के साथ. तो that also has increased. And then finally there is an improved zeal, क्योंकि अंतिम लक्ष्य is संपूर्णता, right? So there is improved zeal to achieve that completeness, not at the final call, but before it. है ना, सब बाबा कहते हैं अंतिम घड़ी के पहले संपूर्णता आपको प्राप्त करनी है. So there is an improved zeal to achieve that final goal. Thank you.
Thank you. Sisters? Last. So one more chance if anybody from the sisters side wants to come. Yeah, come.
Om Shanti. I am BK Navanath. When I come over here, actually, I want to congratulate to all of you who had a great opportunity to come to here and see as a part drama. Here what is given: drama, 5,000-year drama, Sangam Yug, and all these things. Therefore, we are here because of that. Nothing else. In drama, it is written. That is why we are here. Here, I have to congratulate a lot to B.K. Bala sir, who had given initially very good knowledge that consciousness is very important. Whatever lies 98% of your soul, that is subconscious. We don't know what I am, because subconsciousness, that is taught over here. I'm not that good in knowledge. But what happens? Soul, that is taught here as a student, as a mentor, he had given a knowledge. As far as Bala sir, Bala BK, who had got great knowledge, he had shared here. Then Prakash ji, BK Prakash, who had also delivered that and how did he tell, how did he deliver that with the conversation, communication with each other, making groups, 3 of us, and delivered, shared. Sharing is very important. Sharing is very important, and that is the base of the universe. You know that part is built up by sharing. Then afterward, we can find David, who had BK David, who has been come here from Australia. Imagine how is their part. Somebody is born in Australia, coming in India, and delivering the knowledge. Yes, that is also a different part. Drama. Shunya. Nothing. And it is Shunya only. We are only a Shunya. Zero. We should feel like this. Okay? So I'm not here mentor actually. I'm repeating here, I'm not mentor. You will think, what is the lecture he is giving? I'm not that like this. I'm not that part. But whatever I'm feeling, my soul, what is delivered by my soul, that is only. Nothing else. Okay? So David sir, Bala sir, and Prakash, BK Prakash, who had delivered very nice knowledge. And therefore we will get enlightenment. And this enlightenment will consciously make us to serve. When we are going outside, you should feel yourself as soul. You are getting mingled or you are getting involved in this society. You will feel that, yes, that is how it is. Anger is get created, fear is get created, and there are many mess in this life. That outside the world, but in that mess only, Kamal khilta hai. That I'm not giving any parties symbol over here to give a vote, but here we can find this. Okay, so thank you here, Jagdamba Bhavan also, and all of you that you are participant. Thank you, many thank you.
Sister. So we also have some posters for the youth retreat. Whoever would like to take it for putting in colleges, societies, companies, you can collect it from the reception. Yeah, so those are the posters that are available. You can take them and put them wherever you think it's going to be useful to invite people. It's for the youth here.
Yeah, Om Shanti. Actually, as per the subject we had, power of soul consciousness, we actually got the deep experience of soul consciousness. And as Baba says, your first lesson is soul consciousness and last lesson is also that. But we don't had deep knowledge about it. But after Balabai's lecture or workshop, we got to know how deeper is the soul consciousness and how we can come into action into our daily life so that we can become Baba's instrument. That's it.
Thank you. So people have already conveyed their gratitude towards the speakers. I would still formally invite Samir Bhai amongst us to give a vote of thanks.
Thank you. So just before I start with the vote of thanks, very quickly wanted to understand, of course all of you cannot share your experience, but do you feel that this was something different and it was worthwhile coming here all the way? How many of you feel, please? Okay, great. So similar sessions are happening, if you would want to attend. I think other events were announced. But we also have one Living Without Fear event happening today at Magarpata city from 6 to 7:30. Those who are interested and want, that will be taken by Prakash Bhai, whom you have heard, but this is a different topic, Living Without Fear. If you are interested, it's in Magarpata city, you can participate. The details were already circulated, but if you still have anything, you can feel free to reach out to Shanmuga Bhai, who is here. Please, can you get up and show? Sorry? Yeah, that also I'm announcing. So there is next, of course, we announced what was happening in Jagdamba Bhavan. There is also one event happening, Science of Meditation by Balabai, on next Saturday, which is in the evening from 5 to 7:30, followed by Brahma Bhojan. If you have any interest and you want to attend next Saturday at Rahatni, please contact Abhay Bhai. Abhay Bhai, can you get up and show? Okay, it was also circulated. And just wanted to know, has anyone registered for the September event? Emanora also we have on Sunday. Okay, there is one more event happening on Sunday by Balabai at Amanora. What is the time? Same, 6 to 7:30. 7:30 in the evening. Those who are interested can also attend at Amanora. And again, Shanmuga Bhai is here. You can contact him if you want to register or get more details. Yeah, anyone who has registered for the September event already as Sevadari or as participant. Okay, please can you register your name? Once again, please give it to Abhay Bhai. We just want to form a group basically so that, we can coordinate with all of them who are from Pune. Abhay Bhai is standing there, and if you could please give your name and number to him, that will be useful. Okay, so I think that's all, not taking much time, but I would like to thank all of you, first of all, to come here and attend this session. So the first thanks goes to all of you. And then obviously the host, Sheetal Ben, and everyone at Jagdamba Bhavan who have made this happen. 3 cheers for them, because I think without that it is not possible for us to do. It's such a nice facility. More than that, more than the facility, it is the experience which we gain here, and the love and open heart with which they call. So that is something which is very important. They are always ready to serve and do whatever is required. We are just instruments, but they are the ones who actually, welcome us with open heart. So that was one. Then obviously Balabai, who came from Hyderabad to do this session, and Prakash Bhai, who has come all the way from Ahmedabad to do this. Lot of preparations went behind this. So it's not that, it was just on top of things that they have done, this presentation and so many other things, how to do this. There was a lot of preparation which went behind. And David Bhai, thank you very much, because he really, although came from Madhuban, but he has come from Bangalore, actually cutting down his trip in Bangalore and then coming here for all of us to enjoy his music. So thank you all. And thank you, Nikki Ben, for coordinating this. Anyone left on?
Thank you, Samir Bhai. And I forgot to mention the beauty of how Prakash Bhai blended the Murli in today's workshop that he did of picking up the points from today's Murli. And it's interesting, we all did hear the Murli, of how many of us actually processed it in the way he did and presented it. Was interesting for us as well. Thank you, Prakash Bhai, for that. And so, time for? So, yeah? Hanji. Yeah. There are more slides to the presentation he was sharing, and he said all the participants who registered will send out the presentation on the email. Yeah. So now we would invite Sheetal Ben to please come up, and we all will be maintaining our soul conscious awareness, starting the journey already, while David Bhai will be playing some music, and in that awareness we can move up and receive Tolian blessings. And after that we can move down to the dining for lunch, and all those who want to join the service planning meeting could come back after lunch at 3:15 for 45 minutes up till 4 o'clock for the meeting. Thank you so much. Om Shanti. eyes one by one, going up to stage from this side and coming back from the other side. And then quietly move